Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 233 of the High Sensitivity Podcast, and thank you for listening. If it's your first time here, we talk about video game and movie news, as well as we watched or played over the week. My name is Barry, along with my fellow Game of the Year nominated hosts.
Oh, my name is Craig. Corniness of the year, corniest moment of the year would be my Game of the Year award.
My name is also Craig. What is this? 3-time, 4-time nominated for us, right?
Yeah, but we never win.
Yeah, you know,
I'll take the nominations though.
it happens.
One day.
The national recognition that Jeff Keighley gives us.
Right.
Yep.
He always, though, and he's always on this portion of things on X, he's always on the news, just like us.
Oh yeah.
Is it X or are we going to whatever the new one's called now?
Oh, that's right. What is it
Blue
called? Like
something.
Blue Sky?
Blue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something like that. I haven't thought about it. But regardless, this podcast will be on all platforms, including the news.
Yes.
Speaking of Game of the Year, we are getting to that time. Jeff Keighley announces that it's going to be on December 12th is the show. By the time this airs, the nominees will have already been announced on Monday. And if I had to guess to you guys, so what would be one, maybe like the biggest snubbed game, like the game that should get more nominations, and two, what would be the game that we see this year we haven't seen?
Like get nominated?
No, so yeah, like one game that should be nominated more but doesn't get nominated enough.
Sure.
And then the second one is because he does a whole bunch of game trailers and game announcements.
Oh yeah.
What game are we gonna see
Mm.
this year?
I'll say this. This might hurt you guys a little bit.
Oh, no.
Stellar
I
Blade.
think you're going to see a lack of Stellar Blade.
I think a lack of Stellar Blade, and I hate to say it, I think it almost may be a lack of Wukong as well.
I will throw something if those games are lacking in
I don't know, because that's why I think Stellar Blade you're going to see less of, because I think they're going to lean more into Wukong.
Right.
And they're kind of the same thing.
I'll throw less things. I'll throw less things if that happens.
Games we're going to see, though?
Like something that hasn't. Yeah, that's what because like, are we thinking things that we haven't seen before, or like more footage?
That's what I'm thinking of.
We haven't seen.
But still, you could have a continuation. Like for me, most likely is going to get snubbed is 1000X Resist, which is a very critically acclaimed game from this year, and probably UFO 50, also a very critically acclaimed game. But they never reach the heights that people want them to be, despite them being very well received.
Right. I'm going to throw in as a smaller one, Unicorn Overlord getting snubbed, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one, Craig. There you go.
That's a very good one.
That's also, now you're thinking. I added that to my list of things to finish before 2025. What we'll see, I think, I want to say Fable. Wait, we've already seen Fable trailers, but I don't know if
we haven't seen like extended gameplay or anything like that, so I'd say that's not a bad choice.
Wolverine.
Okay, a Wolverine. I think I might have said this last year too. I have to check the tape, but I think we're gonna finally see something about that James Bond inspired Hitman game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Is it?
Nah, no way. That's another 2 or 3 years away.
Speaking of no way, is it too early? Because there have been rumors to see like a Final Fantasy IX remake. Because I know that they're skipping 8 and going to 9. But like, do you think maybe they'll reveal that, or is that way too early to be asking for that?
I think they do the last Final Fantasy VII first.
Right.
I think so too. I think that's kind of it's that, and I also think it was your and Kingdom Hearts. I think those two are like the main two things that they're trying to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, they want that part 3 of Final Fantasy VII. There's no way that comes out next year.
Persona 6?
Maybe we get a teaser for Final Fantasy VII with like a 2026 on it or something.
On the PlayStation 6?
Yeah.
I have a question, real quick, Barry, if you don't mind. One of the things that I was going to talk about was Polygon's release of the front runners for Game of the Year, and I wanted your guys' takes.
So I hadn't seen this. If you don't mind giving me a little bit more detail, I'd love to
Yes.
dive into this.
Yeah, so apparently they have what they consider front runners, dark horses, and then challengers to come.
I like that.
And they have 6 listed front runners for Game of the Year, and I thought we could all just kind of comment on it, as well as the dark horses when we get to it. But the first one that they have listed is an obvious choice. It's Astrobot. They threw in also Metaphor, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, of course,
Mhm.
Balatro,
Yeah.
Yep.
Silent Hill 2 is in there as a front runner, which I don't think it's making the same splash.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been.
Yeah.
It's not getting nominated for Game of the Year. There's no way. Nobody's been talking about it.
Well, I think I don't know if they're sticking this in here because they're trying to follow essentially what Alan Wake 2 did this time last year, like coming in as a full force, and essentially as a horror game destroying the landscape. But the last one that they have is Dragon Age Veilguard as their front runners.
I would agree with that. It's a damn good game.
Yeah, I do personally think, just based off of what I've been hearing from like the outrage of Dragon Age, I do think that one doesn't get as many nominations as people think.
Yeah.
If
If any.
Because there is a lot of discourse about that about the game, and a lot of and like it could get nominated, but I don't see people voting for it because of agendas.
True.
Yeah, and like tell me what you think of the dark horses. Well, both of y'all think, because they have essentially what could possibly challenge the tops. There were the 6 that were mentioned, but you have Infinite Wealth,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon's Dogma 2, which I don't know if we've really heard anything since March when it was out.
Yeah, the only thing I know is that it's mostly a broken game. Like it still doesn't run well. Like you need a PS5 Pro at this point to really get something to be good with that one. So that one's a little tough to even
I
put
would
a dark
agree.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one is a good conversation though. Helldivers 2.
It's going to get nominated for stuff, but I just feel like it fell off so hard.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It definitely did. That game, it's not as good of a live service game as I think people were thinking. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be hard like it's definitely going to be nominated in some like new multiplayer game.
Yep.
Sort of deal here, but I don't think that game gets nominated as much as
not Game of the Year.
no.
And then the last last three they have UFO 50, Animal Well, and Echoes of Wisdom, which I see arguments for them. Maybe Animal Well and UFO 50 over Echoes of Wisdom.
Animal Well is going to win something.
It's going to win something.
Probably best independent game of the year.
Right.
Yeah. It'll win something for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, shout out to Donkey for that. But I don't know. Do you guys agree?
Infinite Wealth's great, but it's not going to get. I don't even think it gets nominated for anything.
I think it does.
You think so? Best RPG.
Yeah,
Something?
best RPG. Yeah, best RPG. I could see it because usually the Game of the Year list of nominees is a little longer than the rest.
Right.
I do think Infinite Wealth could find its way on there. A lot of people like that game, love it.
Yeah, but if you put it on best RPG, then it's up against Final Fantasy, Dragon Age, Dragon's Dogma.
It's up against a lot. Wukong,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
Wukong's
Wukong,
RPG. Yeah, it's
not
everything's on that list because everything's an RPG now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what they have. I think the top 6, I guess, outside of maybe Silent Hill 2, should be there or can be there. I don't know if we see Silent Hill 2 on the Game of the Year list, I think I'd be pretty surprised, to be honest with you. Other categories, of course, but not Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And is that all they had on there?
They had dark horses. They just had upcoming, and that was just essentially games that are not out yet. And we know for a fact Delta's not coming out this year, I guess, right? And then Stalker 2 would be the challenger, and Indiana Jones
Yep.
would be the
Yeah, but all
challengers,
coming out too late.
all coming out too late. So yeah, that was it on the
Um,
article.
they're missing Reload there.
Yeah.
Reload should be on there. I maybe in a remaster sort of feel or something like that, but a lot of people did not experience OG Persona 3, and I think a lot of people's getting Reload, and Reload is better in some aspects than 5. So, I think that is a very missed potential, and that kind of came out around that very very crowded Final Fantasy and I think at least Final Fantasy and Infinite Wealth
Yeah,
timeline.
that brings me into. I'm sorry, all my news is related to this, but this is the last thing I have. And you guys probably saw this, but expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are all eligible this year for the year's Game
Yeah.
Awards.
Okay.
Just because they wanted to put Elden Ring in there. That's why they did it.
Yeah, Elden Ring, the Elden Ring DLC will win. Like he's gonna have some sort of DLC of the year category or something like that,
Right.
because you can't put Shadow of the Erd Tree in Game of the Year. If they do, then I will have an issue with
Yeah.
that,
If you see
because
it,
then you can, yeah.
I'm with you. If you see it, you know it's winning. If they stick it in there, like if you see it listed with the
Yeah.
names, it's winning. Annoyingly.
Yep.
Yeah, and like one of the other things too, and I think, and you played this one, Craig. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown probably
Yep.
should get a lot more nominations.
Mm-hmm.
If there's like an over under, there is going to be some sort of mention of all the game layoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
They there will be a. It would be terrible if they did this, me personally, but like if they do, kind of, how in the award show they do like the scrolling feed of like actors
For all the
and
game
actresses
companies.
yeah, all the game companies that have not made it through the year. Like that's horrible. It's horrible if they did that, but they won't and they shouldn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to take a look at some of the other games that came out this year. I definitely think Prince of Persia is going to get, unfortunately, is not going to get as much as it should get.
Yeah. It came out in January too.
Yeah, no,
So-
that was a very early game.
Right.
I think it was the first game I beat this year.
That's right, yeah.
So it was good. I definitely think it deserves to get nominated for something, but I don't know about winning.
I would love to see maybe like some research done regarding games that came out between January and March that actually won Game of the Year, because you have to factor in some type of hype dying down kind of thing not being released, in the Christmas or essentially fall area.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested to see, because like a game to me, especially for people like us or anybody who plays at least maybe 5 to 10 games a year, it's got to have a lasting impression for you to really remember it from a January, February thing. Hogwarts Legacy, for example, last year, Infinite Wealth, this year, made a lasting impression on me, at least enough for me to remember it fondly.
Sure.
So I don't know. Persona 3, of course. Reload. That game hit.
But yeah, but some of the other things that did go on this week was Xbox did come out and say that it feels like a mid-gen refresh is unnecessary. So they doesn't sound like they will be releasing a competitor to the PS5 Pro. It looks like they're more focused on trying to do a Steam Deck type of thing that works for Xbox games. And this kind of led me to question, because I've been thinking about this a lot. But is there a need to have an Xbox anymore? Don't get me
Did
wrong.
you see their new marketing?
Yes, that's part of this news story.
Yeah.
is everything is an Xbox now.
Yeah.
Right.
So with this new marketing, a portion of me feels like, do I really need my Xbox anymore? Like to be fair, really the only time I'm playing games on my Xbox is stuff I get on Game Pass. The
Yeah.
stuff on Game Pass, because I'm an Ultimate member, it's also on the PC.
Yeah, you
So-
can play it there.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys been looking at your Xboxes and kind of like,
I haven't been playing it. Like I have not played it in a while, which is why I bought Dragon Age for it, because it was
Right.
just kind of like, oh, I feel bad for you. Let me buy a game
Aw.
so I can play. And then also they dropped the Spyro
They
remaster
did.
trilogy, so I've been playing that as well. But before that, dude, I didn't touch my Xbox for like a couple weeks. I was on my PlayStation every day.
That makes me.
So I don't think they need it.
Yeah, that makes me feel good to hear you say how long it has been.
Why?
I don't know, because I'm more of a PlayStation guy. I know how much of an Xbox guy you are, so it's just hilarious to hear that you haven't touched it in a
Mhm.
couple of weeks. I
Yeah.
can't remember the last time I turned mine on either. The last couple of Game Pass games that I've played on my computer.
Are you playing
Include
Call of Duty on your computer?
no,
Okay.
I got so I don't know if I told you guys I got the PlayStation one.
Oh, you paid money
That
for
was
it when you could get it for free.
I paid money for the better experience. I'm better at first person shooters on PlayStation, and I knew I'd be playing it a lot.
That's fair.
interesting.
Mm,
It's all cross-gen. It doesn't. I guess you could turn it off.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I guess. I
Like
guess if that's the case.
I'm better this way with my
With the
hands with the
controller.
PlayStation
Yeah.
controller than the Xbox controller.
That's
So
fair.
Greg, have you been playing on your PC like with a controller? Is that how you've been playing Call of Duty?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm playing on my Xbox.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Like I'm using my Xbox now.
Yeah.
But for a
So
while
is
there,
mine.
like I was playing like Silent Hill, and
mm,
like it was just games that was like Astrobot, Silent Hills, like back to back to back was PlayStation, and then like now I'm like, okay, I'll be on it more now because you got, Call of Duty, Dragon Age, Spyro, Stalker is this week, Indiana
right.
Jones. So like I'll be on it now for sure. But there
Yeah.
was a portion there where the games look better on my PlayStation. So if I have the choice, I'm probably going to play it on PlayStation
Right.
Yeah.
unless it's free on Game Pass.
Cool. So just a couple other small stories that I have this week. TCG Pocket is a huge success for Pokemon, as if they need another reason to make buckets, and bucket loads of money. Um, they have introduced that most likely they will be releasing new packs in early 2025, and the trading will also be available. So you got plenty of time to hoard up all your cards, and then
Yes.
everybody's going to be trading with one another as the market crashes or something like that. So be prepared, save your good cards, and get ready to trade with all your friends. Hopefully, you have some copies of good ones. I know I do.
Me too.
Classic Overwatch 6v6 has come back for a limited time in
Yes, it
Overwatch
has.
2, and it brought back Mercy's Team Revive Ultimate, which is the only reason I jumped back in to play a game.
Fantastic.
Played a game with Mercy, did my ult, and I'm like, this is what it should have been all along.
Yes,
Should have never changed. I miss old Overwatch sometimes.
I do too. I do too.
And lastly, what I have is streamer Every Game Guru is being sued by Nintendo because he plays unreleased and / pirated all of his Switch games. Also made a comment on one of his burner accounts saying, I could do this all day. And Buddy is not Captain America. Just keep that in mind as you are being sued for your money. And who knows if Nintendo will win this court case. But it's one of those things where Nintendo really seems to be like the bad guy here
Right.
lately. We used to hear Sony about, all of the bad stuff that they had been doing while getting settled in a court case with, not really settled, but trying to stop the Activision merger, where now Nintendo is the one who's coming out and suing this company and suing this streamer and outlawing that sort of thing. So
Right.
keep keep that in mind, everyone. But it is don't for Nintendo, don't pirate or play your unreleased games as a streamer. Just keep it to yourself, I guess. Don't go on
True.
Twitter and tell everyone about it. That's how everyone gets caught.
That is
It's
how
true.
everyone
it.
gets caught.
I think we've all gotten games early before, and you don't go blasting it all over the internet that you got it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. People think it's cool. Like, it's the one thing with I'm not sure if you guys, to get off the gaming pillar for just a second, there was like a huge thing in California where people were claiming bear attacks on their cars. So they would put cameras outside their cars, and then the human would dress up as a bear and damage the car purposely to get insurance fraud out of the car.
Nice.
And it's just funny how the lengths people are willing to go, and it's like, dude, you put a camera out there. You are not a bear, buddy.
You are not a. I hate to inform you. I'm so sorry to inform you, but you are not a bear.
It'd be one thing if your friend was Shaquille O'Neal dressed as a bear. I think you might be able to make that work because he's a massive human being.
Right.
But what insurance company is going to look at a small 5'10" me in a bear costume and be like, that's a bear.
That's a bear.
Yep.
That is a bear.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
Exactly. Then the bear shuts his car and opens his car door as he kicks it behind with his hind feet or something.
Right.
It's like, people think that the world is stupid and everyone's smarter than no one's as smart as they are. But so be it. That's all I have for news this week. What do you guys got?
I have two quick ones, and then I have a little bit of a quiz for you guys based on something that irritated me. So my two quick ones, though. First of all,
okay.
The Splinter Cell movie was canceled. And basically the producer came out and said they couldn't figure out a good way to make it work. So when we look at like the movies like Borderlands this year, I just wanted to give them like a tip of the hat to realizing what they were making was garbage and just being like, nah, we can't do it. You know, like it's nice to hear that every once in a while because we don't need a Splinter Cell movie. Let's be honest.
And it probably would have made money too, unfortunately.
Yeah. But if you know the movie's going to be terrible, like what you have on paper, I can appreciate being like, nah, let's just step away.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't pass the point of no return where they were like, well, now we have to make it because we used enough resources where if it's garbage or not, you know, they called it early.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to go ahead and remaster Splinter Cell, that'd be great instead.
Yeah, just throw the money there.
That. Yeah. And then the other thing was, I don't know if you guys watched like the South of Midnight stuff, like the big old 15-minute
I had not know.
deep dive into South of Midnight.
I missed that.
April release of next year.
Sick.
So it is coming up. I would have said this would have been a good trailer to guess for the Game Awards, but they did their own thing. Not too much for me to say on it other than I'm still excited. I've been excited. It looks good, and it's coming sooner rather than later, honestly.
Thank you for telling me that because I completely missed it. I'm also excited for the game. So after this podcast, that's the first thing I'm doing is watching it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then did you have other stuff, Craig?
I just had, besides the stuff I said earlier, Shift Up is expecting Stellar Blade to sell more on PC when it does get released on Steam.
And they did mention that that's next year as well. I remember that in the news story.
I'm not surprised. I think what they're projecting is essentially the Wukong glow up, so to speak, with the accessibility on Steam, and they have a great game there. You know, despite Craig's laughing at it, they have it.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm just picturing in my head the modding community.
Oh. I didn't even think about that.
Oh boy,
we live in a wild world.
Everybody, get ready when that game drops. Dear Lord.
Oh my God.
November 20th, guys. The Nier stuff comes out.
Yeah, that's bad enough. But wait till the modding community gets a hold of it.
Right. I have no words now. Oh man. Yep. But yeah, that's all I had, Craig. Let's go to your thing.
All right. So I have. Basically what happened was, for whatever reason, I was looking at some of my like older games this past week and some of my newer games, specifically the Dragon Age game. And if you look on the back of your box, like it's like one line. And it just made me a little upset because you used to get like these really detailed back of the box descriptions of the games. And now they don't even bother with that anymore. So what I have over here to my left that you can't see is I have 18 games starting in the PlayStation 1 era, going up through Xbox, PS5, and Switch. What I wanted to do was read you the back of the box and see if you can tell me what the game is. Now, if there's any names, I will not read the names, obviously, or the title. But I just wanted to see if you guys. Again, I like to test your knowledge,
Great.
and see how you guys are.
Craig, I'm just
Are you
picturing
ready?
you. I'm just picturing you reading a sequel of Halo and just saying Master Chief returns,
Yeah.
and then just like,
Dang it. Yeah.
sorry, yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead.
mean the Dragon Age one is like 6 words, and I was
Yeah.
so annoyed. I'm like, really? You just don't even bother? Okay.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's do
Here
it.
we go. First one. All right. Battle out of hell. Defy the god of the dead as you hack and slash out of the underworld in this roguelike dungeon crawler.
I like know that. Why am I not?
Hades.
It's Hades.
Hades. Good job. Barry's on a roll. Okay. See?
Barry.
Okay. A galactic adventure like no other. Only the most unlikely team of heroes can rekindle the sparks of hope
Oh,
across the galaxy.
Marvel's Guardians
yeah,
of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
No, it's not.
Oh,
You're kidding me.
Nope.
is it Mass Effect?
No. There's some other blurbs here. Action-packed tactical battles, a quest of cosmic proportions, a galaxy of planets to explore. I do understand you saying Guardians, but it is not.
Interesting. Okay. So, space, ragtag team, quote
Yep.
unquote.
A bunch of
Yep.
planets to
Yep.
explore.
Mm-hmm. This is on the Switch.
Okay.
And only the
no.
Switch.
Oh. Okay.
Nintendo exclusive.
Shit.
Is it Galaxy? Mario Galaxy?
It is not. Good guess.
Is
though.
it Kirby
Oh.
Star Allies?
Oh, I know what
It
it
is
is.
not.
I know what it is.
Okay.
It's Mario plus Rabbids, the sequel, which is escaping me. Sparkplug.
Well done. Well
Spark-
done.
Spark
Good
Plug?
job.
Thanks.
Sparks of Hope. I literally said Sparks of Hope in the description.
Oh,
but
you-
Ah, crap.
that was a tough one, so I left that in there. Okay.
Good job. though, Craig.
Now what we're gonna do is I had the Switch ones on top, so now we're going like PlayStation 1 era. Then we'll do 360, PS4, PS5, then Xbox. Okay.
Look,
Make it a little bit
PlayStation's
easier.
got to be you, Craig. I hope you know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay. I have two from the PlayStation 1 era. Here we go.
All
First one. Quite possibly the greatest game ever made. An epic adventure across 3 CD-ROMs.
Okay.
What begins as a rebellion against an evil corporation becomes much more. And what erupts
Final
goes
Fantasy
beyond
VII.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII. Good job.
Yep.
Good job. Okay. That was good. You guys got that one. I think it was the 3 CD-ROMs that helps.
Well, that and then Evil Corporation, Battle Against Evil
Yep.
Corporation. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Packed with puzzles and enchanting adventures, collect treasures, recover stolen family jewels, and discover hidden regions. Dragons come to life with hints as you
Spyro.
Good call.
Well done. Well done. All right.
I got
Now.
through PlayStation. All right.
well
there
done.
we go.
You
I
did.
didn't
Well
even
done,
play those
Barry.
games.
I picked some well-known ones. All right.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Moving on to the 360 era. Hope is drowning. Get ready to return to zombie-infected shores. Can you survive the impossible?
Is this Wolfenstein? No, not
No,
never mind.
it is not.
It's not. It's
Explore Palanini, a completely new island filled with deadly quests and addictive zombie slashing.
Dead
Is
Island.
it Dead Island?
Yes, I will give you that. It is Dead Island
Okay.
Riptide, the second
I was
one.
good.
But I will
No,
give
that
you
was
that.
going to be good. To be honest, my next guess would be
Okay.
would have been Rip.
All right.
All right.
Cool. Here we go. Still 360 era. Okay. As you battle your way across the heat-blasted Mojave wastelands to the neon-drenched Vegas Strip, you'll be introduced to a colorful cast of characters, factions, special weapons.
Fallout New Vegas.
Boom.
Bam.
He's on a
Well
roll. Look
done.
at him go. All right. This one I'm going to keep very short because you should be able to get it. Winner of over 130 awards.
God of War. That's what-
Bring us the girl, wipe away the debt.
Oh, I should know. I should that line. Bring us the girl.
It's in the game.
Yeah.
It's at the
I
beginning
should
of the game.
Yeah, I should know this one.
That's all I'm going to give you on this one.
Bring us the
Unless you
girl.
need-
Wipe away the debt. Why does that sound something like Uncharted?
It is not Uncharted.
Is it Bioshock?
Which one?
It'll be the
Two.
third.
No, yeah, you're right. It's the third. Yep.
Third
Bring
one.
the girl. Yep.
Wipe away the debt. You got it.
All right, Craig. I like that one. We had to tag team that, but we
Yeah,
got it.
we got it.
All right. Kill with skill. You've just crash landed onto the most violent resort planet in the universe, and this is the good news.
Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm.
Nice job
Look at him.
there.
He's killing it. All right. You're doing very good. All right. Caught in the middle of an age-old rivalry, use your demon summoning powers to fight off legions of
Shin Megami
angelic
Tensei.
enemies. No. Legions of angelic enemies.
Devil May Cry.
Mm-mm.
What system is this?
This is 360 era.
Oh, it's still 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bayonetta didn't come out for 360, did it? It did.
Bam. Nice.
It did.
Bayonetta. There you
I had
go.
to think about that one for a little bit.
Nice. Well done.
Got that one. All right. A dark and violent crime thriller set against the backdrop of 1940s Los Angeles.
Oh,
LA
LA
Noire.
Noir. Yeah.
LA Noir.
Nice.
Guys are killing it. All right. Okay. Cut what you will. What threats await in a world where privatized military organizations...
Metal Gear
Ins-
Rising.
Wow.
He's
I
rolling.
had it at cut. I
Yep.
had it at cut just so we're aware.
Okay. All right. Now this is PS4.
Okay.
It's also on PS5, I believe. Unleash Your Darkness, Japan, 1555. That's all I'm giving you. I'll give you a little more if you need it, but
Unleash. Is this Ghost of Tsushima?
it is not.
I was gonna say that would have been. I think I'm focusing too much on the year.
Yeah, 1555.
1555.
A land infested with endless warfare, monsters, and evil spirits.
That sounds so Animushu, but it's not because it's PS4.
That's a good guess.
Um,
Master the lethal art of the samurai as a rogue mercenary cursed with the powers of the mythical yokai.
oh my God, hold on.
Wait, no. Ghostwire Tokyo only came. No, and that's not 15.
No,
I
that's
was
like
I was
present day.
thinking I was thinking that one too. It's like not Ninja Gaiden.
You're like bouncing all around it.
Shinobi. No.
Hunt your enemies as you try to survive the treacherous Sengoku era and the nightmarish Dark Realm.
I'm
is
gonna be so upset when
Yeah.
you tell us this one. Neo.
It's Neo.
Neo.
Yes.
Well done.
I'm still
Never
upset.
stop.
I'm still upset that wasn't said in the first 5 seconds on this podcast.
Okay. Still PS4. Glory to mankind. Humanity has been driven from the earth by mechanical beings from another world.
Killzone. Shadowfall.
No.
Ah, darn.
In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force.
This is Barry. This is the game that you love. Oh my
Yes,
God!
it is.
Oh my God! It's near. It's near Automata.
Yeah, it's near.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Well done. Well done.
Good job.
It's
Good job.
the one you love.
Barry,
All
it's
right.
the game. It's the game you like
The
a
one-
lot.
That's the one I love.
It's the one I love. All right. PS5. Here we go. Reclaim Earth for humankind. This is when they start getting really short on the back. Our planet has been abandoned, overthrown by a mysterious force we were powerless to stop. With hope fading fast, here we go again. An elite unit is sent on a desperate mission to bring humanity back from the brink.
That also sounds like
Okay,
Stellar Blade, but anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Stellar Blade.
Good job.
Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. This is PS5 and Xbox. I have it on Xbox, but here we go. Challenge the fate that binds you. That's literally all they put on the back of the box, by the way.
Okay. All right. So challenge the fate that
Let's see.
binds you.
Rich, detailed environments waiting to be explored. Exciting and highly customizable battle experience. A captivating tale about breaking tradition for equality and peace. It was the most generic back of box quotes I've ever heard.
Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise. Pulled that one out.
Well
was good.
done.
All right. How about this one? I thought this was good. When a young street hustler, a retired bank robber, and a terrifying psychopath find themselves in
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Good job.
Yep.
Good job.
Well done. That's a good one. Okay. Humanity ends here. Let's see. Trying to find what I can actually improvise to survive. That's all you get.
Could you repeat it for me? My apologies.
Yes. Humanity ends here. Improvise to survive. Utilize your tools to strategically defeat enemies with precision.
Marvel's Midnight Suns?
No.
Okay.
Uncover the dark secrets behind the events aboard the ship.
Okay, there's a ship.
Yep. I'm not saying the name of the ship because that would give it away.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's...
No, it's not. No. I thought Prey for a second, but that's probably
That's
not.
a good guess, but it's not it. What starts
Dead
as a...
Space.
Yep. There you go. Dead Space.
Nice.
All right, last one. You guys got all of them so far.
See, you said Prey, though. You said Prey, and I got on the Dead Space. So it's because you said Prey that I got the Dead Space.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Discover a world unknown. After a secretive agency in New York is invaded by an otherworldly threat.
Oh. Say no more. This is Oh my God! I had it. Oh my God! It's got a crimson cover. It's got crimson all over the game. It's entangled with Alan Wake. What's it called? Why am I blanking on it?
Control.
It's Control.
There it is.
Thank you.
Good job. Well done. You guys nailed them. You know your box quotes.
That felt pretty good. Now, next week we'll go through my weird games.
Ooh, yeah.
See, I was trying to pick stuff that I knew you guys at least one of you had played. You know, because like that helps.
We should really do this. I mean, we're physical connoisseurs. We should do Barry. You should do next week, and I should do like the week after or something. Like that'd be fun.
Yep. Yeah, get a little crazy with it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Balan Wonderland. Barry.
Stop it.
I got it.
No, he can't read that. He sent it away to get graded.
Yeah, it's a graded 10. It's hanging on the wall. I'd have a lot of fun with Switch games with you guys because I have so many Switch games.
You would.
So many. But all right. Speaking of games and guessing games, the descriptions on the back. Let's talk about games this week.
Yeah.
For me, all I have is Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. I have Lego Horizon Adventures. Thank goodness you're here. Romancing Saga 2 and Metal Slug Tactics. I'm trying to get through games.
I see that. Speaking of trying to get through games, I know that you guys were maybe expecting me to say that I got through Metaphor, and I have not.
No
way. What?
Craig.
So
what are you playing instead?
Well, after the podcast and Monday last week, I played Frostpunk 2 because I was intrigued.
Okay.
And then that's really the new game that I played, and chipping away at. I watched some stuff this week as well, like some stuff. But yeah, that's what I was doing.
Fair. That's fair.
All right. I want to talk about Dragon Quest just because. Did you guys play the original Dragon Quest 3?
I didn't.
Okay, because this game has gotten me all types of interested and stuff like that. So the the game starts out much like in a Pokemon mystery dungeon fashion, where you make your character and it's either a heroine or a hero, and you go through this personality test that it sends you through. How it changes, I have no clue. But I expected a traditional JRPG, for the most part. But 5 minutes into the game, like you go, like they keep saying the whole thing is like going forth on an adventure, and as far as I can tell, you're going to defeat this Baramos archfiend thing here. I feel like there's something else going on in this game, but you you go to the party planning committee and you can just create your own characters.
Hmm.
So I have you two in my party. um it's kind of weird. I didn't expect like a JRPG to be asking me a bunch, especially a remastered one, to asking me like a personality quiz, telling me the type of person I am, and boy did they did boy, they harped on me a little bit.
Yes.
But on top of that, like usually in a JRPG, you go in and you meet your companions throughout the game,
Right.
and it just gave me a bunch of companions, and I can make my own companions. I didn't know if you guys played the original, just because I'm like, what is going on? I don't know how to. What is this JRPG? And luckily, I got it for Switch, so I'll be able to take it on the go with me when I go to play it. But this is, you know how we keep complimenting how Octopath Traveler like has that really nice 2D 8-bit sort of flair to it.
Mm-hmm.
This game actually, I think, takes that up another level. Like your character is more 8-bit, but the backgrounds around you are highly detailed. And it's really like, I was playing, it's a Switch game on my big screen, and it's, I have to admit, it's one of the prettier Switch games I've seen, and one of like the prettier 2D pixel art portion that they're going for in this game as well. So right now, like I'll admit, I'm only about maybe an hour and a half into it, and I'm pretty impressed with like what they're giving me and how I'm surprised by this. As the person who probably goes and tries the most JRPGs out of anyone
Right.
in the podcast, I've been pleasantly surprised with what this game has given me, and I've never played any Dragon Quest game.
I literally just put it in my GameFly queue this week because
Nice.
everybody was like saying how amazing it was. Because like, I've never played them. I just always kind of like breezed over them.
Right.
But everything I've seen, it looks incredible.
Very,
I
yeah,
want to make
it's
people.
yeah, no, it's a very pretty game.
And if you're saying like Octopath Traveler 2 but up a notch, that's
It really is.
that's
It
a
really
great
is.
comment for that.
Okay.
It makes me think that they're actually kind of taking the time to go and remaster these. And I know like 2 we're supposed to be getting at some point as well. And if they take just as much care with 3 as they do with 2 here, like they're going to be 2 very, very good remakes.
Okay. Are you still playing Dragon Age?
I am, yes.
Okay, me too. I was just checking in. Still having a blast. Are you still enjoying it, or have you hit
Yeah, I
like?
am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
No, like I've got like they do a really good job of getting you to like grow with these characters, and like I feel like it feels weird to say, but it does really feel like I'm playing Mass Effect 2, but instead of being futuristic, it is very much like more medieval times.
Right.
It's definitely Mass Effect, 100%. Combat feels like it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you play something else, or did you
No,
just
that
play
was
that?
it.
Do you
Really?
want me to
That,
do you want me to
Go
go
for
through
it.
my
like
one?
games, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
That way cuz you have 4, right, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll go through we'll go to Frostpunk 2. So, I've been always intrigued by Frostpunk 2 as they were kind of announcing it and going through it, but this was a perfect Game Pass game for me. And we were just talking earlier about Xbox versus playing games on the computer, and here I am using Game Pass, but on my computer again, and not for console. So I was intrigued, and I didn't play the first one. Did either of you play the first one?
No.
Okay, so um, you guys will like it for the city building aspect. Apparently, in the first one, you focused more on the city itself, building individual buildings. In this one, the settings in like the early 1900s, and essentially, it's if we lost or went crazy with the petroleum wars and such like that, and we kind of just put ourselves in a situation where there's just a great winter, kind of man-made, I believe. So essentially you're trying to, as the steward, and they keep reminding you all the time in the game that you're the steward, because the voices in the game as you're clicking on certain buildings and going throughout your city keep saying like steward, steward. So as the steward, you were in charge of building specific districts, maintaining the city, making sure that the central area is powered enough by resources, while also making sure that the city is not succumbing to squalor, disease, hunger, cold, all the elements and things that could happen. It's pretty intense. I don't have it on a hard mode or anything. I think I have it on whatever basic mode it comes on, but it is a combination of doing a bunch of things in that city building aspect. But what I like that this game does is it has specific factions or demographics of the city. Very early in the, at least the story mode, you build a city hall in the center of your city, and in that city hall, you pass laws that could either help a certain class and not help another class. And you also are in charge of maintaining the favor of those factions. So, like for example, there's one of the factions is New Londoners. They are the entire demographic who have lived in the city all their lives, have not seen outside of the city walls, do not know what it's like. You have, I think they're called Frostlanders. They're people who started out outside of a town or city and had to make their way in the wilderness and tundra, and now they're in your city. And everybody likes different things. New Londoners are like progress. They like building things that make the city advance quickly, commerce, things like that. Frostlanders are more like adaptation. They like nature related, humanitarian or humane decisions, things like that. So the best part to me of the game is, while building stuff and making sure the city survives itself, is maintaining the political favor that you have, because a certain demographic could have more seats at that table for passing the law or not. So if you have laws you want to pass, if the New Londoners are 47% of the population and Frostlanders are only 12%, which is how my game started, you want to do things the New Londoners like, because they can vote. You can vote a lot of bills with them. As the game for me progressed, I started accepting more Frostlanders, and they eventually took over the majority of my people there. So I had to start doing things that the Frostlanders like. So it's pretty interesting. You can, uh, in order to move these bills and laws, you could promise a certain demographic that you'll allow them to, uh, I guess, bring up the next law to pass. You promise people things like, I'll, raise money for you. I'll do this. I'll do that. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff, which makes it very Game of Thronesy kind of, along with trying to make sure everybody survives. So uh, I like the balance of all of those particular things. And sometimes you'll have to surplus energy because a great winter is coming, so you can't like leave the city, or nobody can leave the city. So there's a bunch of things that are going on. It looks great, and it's very dismal and dark. So for those of you who are probably interested in it because it has like an Age of Empire or Civilization feel with that dark aspect, just know you're going to be making certain decisions. Like I had to decide to allow the children to go into the mines because we needed a specific resource in there that was unobtainable without blowing up the entire mine. So you had a choice of whether to blow it up or just send children in there. And yeah, there was a cave in and we lost children. So like you got to be ready.
Ew.
You got to be ready to make
How
it.
could you?
It's that dark, guys. So I think that entire combination keeps you engrossed. So I recommend it, especially because it's on Game Pass to anybody. It's very very good. But that's a Frostpunk 2.
I was eyeing up the first one when it came out, and then I saw the second one was on Game Pass, so like it's on my list too. But This is that November December scramble where you're trying to like touch every game.
Yeah, apparently people coming from Frostpunk don't like it because
Okay.
instead of Frostpunk was so much more intimate where you were building
Mhm.
buildings instead of districts like the
Okay.
industrial or housing districts, whatever. They think that Frostpunk is a lot more like intimate and you get more attached to your city. But because
Right.
Frostpunk 2 is having you build like a larger city and doing all these different things, they don't like it. But people like me or us who haven't played the first Frostpunk, I hear it's getting better, like or well received. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Okay. Metal Slug Tactics. I'm just starting and working my way up.
Mhm.
Pretty standard tactic, grid based. For those who don't know, Metal Slug is like one of my favorite arcade games growing up. Absolutely adore Metal Slug. Pretty standard tactics game, really, with that Metal Slug twist where it's like you're throwing grenades or like rescuing the prisoners, everything you
mm,
were doing in the arcade game. It's on Game Pass. I'm having a blast with it, and I'm definitely 100% going to go back to it probably in like January. But again, it's just like that time of year where I'm like, this game's great. I don't have time to play it.
right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's still on Game Pass in January so I can go back to it. But if you like tactics games, like I don't know why they draw me in so much, but they do. I shouldn't like them. My personality should not like tactics games. They're slow. Everything about them says not me, but for whatever reason. So if you like tactics games, you like Metal Slug, it's a good mix of the two. Romancing Saga 2 is an RPG that was made for Barry. Um, Fair enough. Yeah. I'm enjoying it, but there's just like parts of it that are like it's pretty standard JRPG, but I think the other stuff in there where it's turn-based, but you set up your party in tactical tactical formations, and then when you go into the actual turn-based combat, it gives you buffs or debuffs depending on where your characters are in your formation, which to me says like tactics games again mixed in with a JRPG. I think it's a good mix. I'm enjoying playing it so far, but again, with a million other RPGs out right now and every other game, I think I'd rather play Dragon Age. But it's a good game. I
Yeah.
don't know like the best way to put that if like it's coming out at the wrong time because this what you're playing, Barry, like there's just a million RPG options, metaphors out there. It's just why is there so many RPGs right now in November, October, November? Like,
There's a
what are
lot of
they
just
doing?
RPGs in general.
Yeah,
There
like what
are.
are we doing? The year of RPGs. Thank goodness you're here. I picked this up because you told me to, Craig. I didn't do the whole thing yet, but dear God, is it funny, dude? It's
That's
hilarious.
it's
It's
so good.
oh my God. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, how do you explain that game? It's so just like you need to do this and then you go to do that and then you get dragged away to do this and then you do that and you get dragged away again. It's just like little tiny things. Hey, go find this for me. Hey, while you're here, you want to mow the grass? Hey, I lost my wrench. Can you go find my wrench? It's just so oh my God. Um this is nominated, right? You think this is going to win something?
I freaking hope so. It's fantastic.
It's very English humor, right? Like
Very
Monty
English humor.
Python is what it reminds me of
Yeah.
a little bit.
Crap. If that's the case, then I'm gonna
It's
like the
it's
game.
very English.
It is
Very.
very English.
The thing at the beginning where it asks you like I don't even know what it was saying, and then you can either say yes or like what are you saying? I
Yeah.
think that determines how they talk, right?
I don't actually know. That
I want to go back and check.
okay.
Like maybe if I it's not that long, right?
It's like
Is it
it's honestly 2 hours,
okay.
2.5 maybe.
Once I
Maybe.
get through it all, I may go back and see what it does. Because I was very intrigued by that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the humor is for everybody. I think some people will probably bounce off of it, but for me, dude, I was just dying laughing.
Yeah.
Like my wife was in the other room and she's like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
But it's
And that's the best
hilarious.
part.
Yeah,
And
I couldn't even tell you. She literally came in at one point and was just watching and she's like, "I don't understand." I'm like, and she's like, "What are you?" I was like, "I don't know, a little man."
I am
I don't even know what he is. Is he a
yeah.
normal person?
Yeah, he's just a little guy.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good just sit back and let things happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just make sure you look at the entire screen when you're playing, because there's just so much stuff that you can miss because
Yep.
because there's just things going on around you. I don't know.
Right. Right. Yeah, I like the highest of praises for that game, and it came out of nowhere. Hopefully it wins something, or at least gets nominated for like indie something. I know it's a small team. But hats off to them for just doing something weird and different.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. And then Lego Horizon Adventures. Guys, we got another game of the year here.
Yeah, you're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
First of all, this is, if it's not the game, it's up there as far as the game you put on your PlayStation to show how good a game can look, which is
Okay.
crazy to say for a Lego game. But uh like the opening cinematic like movie, I was like, oh my god, that looks incredible. But again, like Lego movies have got to the point where it looks like actual Lego pieces on the screen. But then when you play the game, like the environments are all made out of Lego, but they're just like breathtakingly beautiful. It's incredible. The story is condensed in a way that I would literally tell people, do not even play the first game, just play this instead. Because it's condensed. You lose all the extra crap that you didn't need in the original game. You still have the same voice actors. Ashley Birch is still here.
Yeah.
Her lines. Everybody in this game is hilarious. Because it's a Lego game, right?
Mhm.
Like just like both games playing this week, just dying laughing. Like all of us have played the original. If you remember the original at the very beginning when she's living up in the mountains and then she's going and then they get attacked and like the villagers get kidnapped. And like one of the lines are literally like you get to the town and you're like, hey, how long ago did they get kidnapped? And the random like person is like, I don't know. It's really hard to count with these type of hands, like the Lego hands. And I'm like, Jesus, you know what I mean? It's just like that kind of humor, but it plays incredible. You can play it co-op if you want. It looks beautiful. It's incredible. And I'm surprised it's not getting nominated for stuff, honestly.
It might be too late.
You think so?
I don't know when the cutoff was, but if nominations are on Monday, it would be really hard pressed to, because this game just came out on Thursday.
It did.
Oh yeah, it did.
It did. And the crazy thing is I wasn't even going to play it, but my wife plays like every Lego game, and she was like, "Hey, are you going to buy that?" And I was like, "I mean, I can." And she's like, "Yeah, you should probably buy it. I want to play it." So I was like, "All right." So of course I started playing, and I was like,
damn, wait a minute. Yeah,
And literally I'm like, okay, so this year is like the RPGs and the classic platformers, because you have Astrobot in this game.
Yeah.
That could potentially, like, Astrobot for me, I was like, oh my god, this is a lock for like top 3, right? Because Final Fantasy and everything else. But now I'm like, oh my god, which is better, Astrobot or Lego Horizon? It's close.
Oh, that's a bold claim, good sir.
Good.
What's that?
Or are they both just equally as good? Could be both.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to finish it, and then I'll be able to tell. But it's real close.
Yeah,
it's real close. I think a lot of people probably aren't going to play it because Horizon, like getting a standard Lego fan to play a game, they're going to be like, what the heck is Horizon? It's just it's a choice for sure. And it's a choice for them to sell more sets. I get it. But dang, it's good. It's real good. I hate that there's so many good games.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's what I have.
All right. So then we'll get into TV shows for this week.
Oh boy, Barry. Here we go.
Arcane Act 2. We're there. And I started watching Jackal, or The Day of the Jackal on Peacock.
Okay. Arcane for me as well. And I watched, speaking of Lego, I watched Piece by Piece.
Please tell me that it's my favorite musical artist of all time. So for me, hence why I didn't really play a lot of games this week, though. My wife and I finished the Penguin series. I watched Cuckoo.
Yep.
And I have some thoughts. And then I started Arcane. So
we have to be careful what we say, Barry.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. Holy crap. Anyway, I don't know where I
How many
was.
episodes have you watched?
I'm 4.5 in,
Okay.
maybe 5.
But you're the important part is you're hooked, right?
Oh
Like you're
hell yeah.
okay. All right.
Oh my god. Yes. 4,000 times yes. I'm mad at myself
So
actually.
here's what we'll do. We'll let you go into Arcane.
Yeah.
Tell us about your your interaction with it. Are you just watching it on Netflix, or did you buy the 4K or the Blu-ray stuff?
I mean, now that you say it, I wish I bought the 4K, but
You still
Mhm.
can. It's at Walmart for $36. It's quite the steal.
It's true.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I was about to say, Craig's like, yeah.
My experience is wholly breathtaking. If what I'm seeing in season 1, I can imagine why season 2 costs the way it costs for the visual output that they have for season 2, which I have not seen yet, obviously. But season 1 is from the get go just hook, line, and sinker. It has everything that I want. It has poverty-stricken sisters growing up in an environment that's tough, and they're fighting for each other. And there's an overworld or some type of larger demographic that's like, man, pass the tea, please. We're royalty. It has that. It has magic. It has disdain of magic. And as a result, it has people who are seeking to find ways to harness it because of the disdain and the chastising. And it used to be like this, and everybody died because of it. Don't study it, kind of thing. It has amazing fight scenes with slowed down at the right moments. Who is picking when they slow down the action scenes? Because it is immaculate. I'm sorry. Because you guys saw the first season, that the season where Vi, Powder, and their friends are trying to save oh my god, Warden, not Warden, their surrogate dad in the
Sander.
Sander.
Yep.
That entire scene with the contraptions that haven't been working right the entirety up until that point, and the monkey with the symbols that has that little nugget in there clapping, and every result happening because of it. That's a tough scene, by the way. That whole portion, but it's it's crazy. To get to
You have no
I can
For real.
idea.
yeah, so like now. And the last thing I'll say, so you guys can talk about the more important stuff, which is season 2, is I just got to just show you where I am in the episodes. We have teenage people now. I saw Powder teenage,
Yep.
and I was
Mhm.
like, is that like? It reminded me of a cross between Harley Quinn and what was the Borderlands offshoot?
Tiny Tina.
Yeah, it was like if Tiny
Yeah,
Tina's.
that is a good, yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
she looked like somebody that would also be like in Twisted Metal, like
Mm-hmm.
like Twister from Twisted Metal 2, like, or whatever. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm a little bit after that, so that's where I stopped at the moment. But I'm going to be powering through that series. Oh my god, go ahead. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
It's just we have to be careful what we say here, Barry.
Yeah.
I would
I've been thinking about the words to pick for,
I
and
have
this isn't
one.
even.
I will. I can literally take my headset off. I'm willing to do something
No, I
that
don't think we need
abstract.
to. I don't think we need to like spoil stuff.
No,
I
we
just
don't.
like again, my daughter and I have been watching it. She loves Arcane. We're trying to get my wife to watch it, but I don't know if she'll buy in or not. Um, the only like all the episodes look incredible. Like that never changes. The fight scenes are incredible. The story is incredible. I just the only thing that came to mind after I finished these 3 was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like you don't want to spoil anything, but it's just like, man, they know how to like hook you in and then break you. You know? There's like, man, I can't wait for the last 3.
Yeah, like and I won't even go too much more into like specifics of it, but what I do want to, and how I can compare it to especially to something recently this season, is House of the Dragon season 2
Mm-hmm.
had phenomenal writing, but all of this, and I hate to say this word out loud, edging of like, okay, everything's about to collapse. Like let's keep going. Let's finally get to the action sequences.
Mhm.
What I really love about this season of Arcane is we are getting the excellent writing, but we're also getting the action. Like, you are getting the best of both worlds. Whereas all of season 2, I think a lot of people would say, is just this entire setup season for House of the Dragon season 3. Like, this right here is like it does it in such a better way.
Yeah.
Because we are getting the cliffhangers we want to the next 3 episodes that are coming out
Yep.
on the November 23rd, and literally all I can do is count them down.
Yeah.
It is, Craig's right, like it is beautiful. Like, I know we keep talking about like the budget that went into this thing, but like, Riot's made of money, so what do they like, who cares how much money this took
Mhm.
to produce? I can just tell like the care and the love that went into this, and like this, it's not gonna get it, but it deserves Oscars, it deserves Grammys, it deserves it all.
Yep.
Vi's character design in season in I think it's the 3rd episode. Yeah,
Yep.
it's the 3rd episode. I just was like, it is stunning
Mhm.
how it all like her character design in that. I can't praise this show enough. I really can't.
Yeah. I would love to know if this is making an impact on more people playing League of Legends, because I'm not, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious if more people are like testing the waters on it because of this
I
show.
feel like there's like a wave of people that come in and then they
Yeah.
realize how toxic it is, and then it goes all the way back down to normal.
Yeah, because you see all these characters, and like, again, I've never played League of Legends, so like, I'll see stuff online, everybody's like freaking out because a certain character shows up, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, like I have no idea who that is, but cool.
I
But
do like
it doesn't
seeing
make me enjoy
characters
it
that I see.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still make you care, even as somebody like me who has no attachment. I still like all the characters. They do a
Right.
good job of explaining who they are.
Yeah.
I think to be honest with you, when I was watching the episodes that I was watching, I was about to dabble.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I can't.
As
No.
somebody who
I know
played
their
League, just
community.
don't.
I know that community, and
Yeah.
that's tough.
I'll play with friends and I'll play like casually, but I will never play like Summoner's Rift, like main league. No, it is no. I can't do it. It's a dark road, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
And then Day of the Jackal on Peacock, based on a book. It's kind of this spy thriller where it really like the whole series starts off with this really James Bond like type Adele song, and I was like, finally something like I've been wanting, which is a John Wick / like James Bond sort of deal with this. And how it pretty much goes is Eddie Redmayne's character is an assassin. He's this master of disguise, and he goes around taking freelancing jobs for like assassinations. He's a big time assassinator, and I can't remember the actress's name in this. I'm gonna look it up. real
Lashana
quick.
Lynch.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is this like kind of nerd or specialist in snipers and sniper barrels and people who make snipers. So her job is to track down Eddie Redmayne's character. And it's this kind of back and forth of seeing what's going on with Eddie and Eddie Redmayne's, or Jackal, and what's going on with her. And I'm interested to see how it all kind of meshes together, because I do kind of like that, getting two different viewpoints, and eventually you can tell they're going to clash or crash together. But like, I really haven't had a reason to watch Peacock since Twisted Metal, and Jackal really interested me, and I haven't been disappointed. I've been really enjoying Day of the Jackal. And apparently it's based off a book
Okay.
as well, but just overall, like, I have to say, it's a good show. I can't recommend it enough.
To check it out. I don't use Peacock that much. I watch like
'cause
Tulsa King, and that's
there
about
isn't
it.
much on. I thought, isn't Tulsa King on Paramount?
Oh yeah, Paramount. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not even that. Yeah, you're right. There is nothing on. Why do I pay for Peacock? That's a good question.
That's
Thursday or
Comcast.
Sunday night football at least.
Oh, that's right. Yep, football. Yeah, you're right. Craig, piece by piece.
Yes.
So first things first, I was one of the people that when they announced it, my first reaction was, "What? Like, okay, we're doing a movie about Pharrell. Okay, cool. Why is it Lego? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? And also, what type of movie is it? Because I don't think it was marketed very well, if that makes sense. What I can say after watching it is, just it's just a straight documentary style movie, but done in Lego, and it's incredible. It's absolutely
Yes.
incredible. I spent most of the time like I know like a lot of people. I know a lot of Pharrell songs. I know a lot of Neptune songs, that kind of stuff. But I enjoyed being like, oh, he wrote that. Oh, he wrote that. Oh, he did
Right.
that for them. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, this dude. And all the people he knew, like just learning that, like, oh yeah, he went to high school with Missy Elliott and Timberland, and like I'm like, okay, they're all friends. I didn't know much about him, but it all makes sense when you watch a movie why he wanted to do it in Lego. It works. It looks incredible. It allows them to do like these interesting like visuals while they're talking about how he like makes songs or his childhood or his upbringing. Um, it's really really good, like really good. And for somebody who's like, I could have cared less when they announced it. I'm glad that I watched it and just be like, yeah, that was insanely well done. So
I'm
for
glad.
you, I'm sure you'll love it.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to hear that because he hit some at some point in his life. He hit music and colors are interchangeable. So
Yep.
I'm assuming that they can do a lot of stuff with Lego.
A lot of
Um,
color in that movie. I kind
right.
of want to get it on 4K. I'm not gonna lie, because it probably looks incredible. Like I'm watching it in
Awesome.
1080p streaming, so like I can only imagine what it looks like in 4K.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm excited to watch that. I'm glad that
Mm-hmm.
you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right, so for me, let's do Penguin first. Both of the things I've been watching are dark, but let's do Penguin first. This is a great series, guys. It's nonstop. There's not one part. There's not one 5 to 10 minute part that doesn't have intention and does not maintain your attention for the most part. I really enjoyed it. Kristen Melody, who plays Sophia Gigante in it, which is like essentially the main antagonist. They're not shy in letting you know that very early on. She's fantastic. She is fantastic from start to
I heard
finish.
she was, yeah.
She's fantastic, and she's essentially playing somebody from the canon, which is one of the Falcons who gets put away for being the hangman. And I didn't read the comic books enough to know whether she actually is the hangman or not, but she is essentially accused of killing a bunch of girls and ends up in Arkham, and essentially comes out like Harley Quinn, kind of like a little bit Harley Quinn light. So you never know what she's going to do. She's unpredictable the whole entire time, and she has a particular stare that she should audition for any type of role where there's either something behind that character or the character is growing psychotic, because she has a specific stare that she nails multiple times in this show. And anytime she's on screen, I love characters on screen that make me unsure of what's going to happen. Uh, and that's exactly what this was. Also, have fun spending the entire time watching and looking at Penguin trying to figure out Colin Farrell in there. Like he does a great
Yeah,
job,
yeah.
but half the time I'm looking at it like, where is he in there? He does a fantastic job as the Penguin. There's a lot of lovable characters in this particular series where you kind of get attached to them, but Colin and Kristen killed it, and I can't wait to see if there is a season two. I hope there's a season two because the story is definitely not over yet. But I
Or
recommend
it's
it.
getting continued in the Batman 2, maybe.
Yeah, they said he was.
Okay.
Said he was in the second one.
Okay. So I like how this is getting intertwined then. It makes me super excited. And for those of you at home who Penguin's maybe not your favorite antagonist of Batman, because Batman does have arguably one of the top 5, maybe. I don't want to get that argument started, but he has one of the top tier antagonist grouping of people. Watch it. It's great. It's great. And if Penguin is your favorite Batman supervillain or villain, then definitely watch it. But that's Penguin. Cuckoo. Craig,
Yes,
Craig, you've seen it,
I
right?
did. Yep.
Oh my God, I don't know if I remember your comments. We've talked about so many movies.
I know.
My wife and I were looking at each other multiple times throughout this movie, asking ourselves, "What the f are we watching?"
Yep.
But not in the bad way. We like this movie a lot. So here's how this movie's gonna hit. You're either really gonna hate it. You're gonna have maybe a kind of like what hit certain people with Midsummer. They're like, "What the f is going on? I don't want to watch this anymore." A lot of people like Midsummer, but some people just were like, "What's going on?" Or you're gonna love it. I think like my wife and I. I don't know how many people are just going to think it's just okay because they kind of hit you right into this movie. It's a specific topic that you're going to have strong feelings about either way. And for people who did like the concept and wanted to see more, it was fantastic. Barry, since you didn't see it, it's essentially just a teenager. Gets she moves with her family to the Alps. I'm pretty sure it was the Alps.
Something like that.
The Bavarian Alps. She moves there. Her family is helping the eccentric owner up there build a resort. So that's like their purpose for being there. But she finds out while she's there that the whole entire area, this like huge hotel area up there, has something sinister going on beneath it, and it is wild. It is the only concept of its kind. And I don't know how much more I could say without ruining it.
It's tough.
Did you? That's really all I could say.
I didn't say much either. Yeah.
It's great though. It's great. What goes on up there is pretty messed up, but what is considered the terror part of the movie is pretty unnerving when it is on screen. That's what I'll say. When it's on screen, that portion is pretty unnerving. It's Barry, I think you could watch this because it's not terrifying. There's not a lot of jump scares, if any, but it does kind of make your hair stand on its end when you start finding out what is actually going on. That's really the only way I can describe it, guys. Sorry.
It's a good way to describe it.
But this is going to end. This may end in top 10 for me.
There you go.
For the year.
Okay.
I have to look at the movies again that I've seen, but
I have a lot of movies to go through this year, so I don't know if it'll be in my top 10, but
yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think you have a harder task.
Like people looking for a comprehensive list. Like Craig's is gonna be the comprehensive list.
Right.
He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders.
Hands down.
I don't know if I'm ready. I'm gonna have to sit there for hours and just painstakingly put them in order.
That does make your top 10 all the more enticing because of how many you've watched this year. So I'm excited to see that.
Movies.
Yeah, but that's all I got, guys.
Well, all right. Well, while Cuckoo's ending is difficult to explain or get into, the ending of the podcast isn't. So I want to thank everybody for listening. If you are, make sure to leave a 5-star review, a thumbs up, a liking of some sort on your podcast listening platform of choice. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment below. What game do you think is going to get snubbed from the Game of the Year stuff? What announcement do you think is kind of saved? Like, if you have an idea, what is Jeff Keighley's one last thing or the last big thing, for the ending of it? It'll probably end up being Kingdom Hearts 5, and I'm going to cry. So if that's it, it'll be fun. Probably not. I'm not getting my hopes up. Or am I? I'll leave that up to you guys.
Or am I?
Enjoy the week, guys. We appreciate all the support we get every time. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you.